we're living in a city where a lot of people are hard luck people.
There are a million bands out here.
The odds are against you in any band. I don't care where you are in the world.
Trying to do it on our own.
God, geez, I gotta make this work. I don't have like, you know, anywhere else to go.
Start at the bottom and work your way up.
I don't think I'm fit for like the normal world.
I still think I'm due for my dark-haired girl of the avenues. Do they still think of me stranded on their 12th floor balconies? And it's news when these old fears arise in my blues. They turn to look away. Now walls are collapsing and time is elapsing. I'm stuck in the same strange place under LA.
So I'm supposed to tell you about a rock band? Wait. I think you're a little bit...
Hey, cheers. Thanks for coming out.
If someone asks me the type of band that we are, I usually don't have an immediate answer for them.
I would say it's a kind of a roots rock, Americana type vibe with a pop sensibility.
It's country, but it's not like ha-ha, like Nashville, like polished pop.
We'd definitely not be filed underneath the country section. We're definitely a rock band.
The sound is very approachable, you know, it's rock and roll, you know, it's something that everyone's grown up with.
Simple, direct tunes.
Image is so important in this city to a lot of people. I don't want to fall into that, and I don't want the Whiskey Saints to be like a Los Angeles band.
It's genuine and it's honest music, and I think people are attracted to that.
I think we represent kind of just regular guys.
We all like to drink whiskey. That was an obvious one.
I just enjoy playing in front of people and having them genuinely enjoy the music we're playing.
Most people come out and when they hear us play, they just say, wow, I had a great time tonight.
If you're having a good time, the audience is going to have a good time. At least I hope so.
And I realize one more song! And I can't pretend I don't love you.
You got to go to New York, you got to go to Austin, you got to go to LA, and be a small fish in a big pond, and just put yourself out there.
The line is, I can't come back without feeling sorry. And it's more about, you know, feeling sorry, you know, later on in life that I never really gave my dream a shot.
No one's ever happy in this junkyard of a place going to waste. We have so much stuff that's backlogged.
Yeah, that song's like the other one's like a year and a half old.
Baylogged. Yeah, it's Baylogged backlog.
Only about 20 or 30 songs, man.
Oh shit. Wow.
Oh, the raw views. It's a little overkill. A little bit of overkill for tonight.
Turn up about like 7, I think, will be okay.
Probably should be
down a little bit more than usual.
Hey, we're the Loud Band. And we're the Whiskey Saints. This is our first full show. So hope we don't look like a bunch of retards. Thanks for coming out.
it was funny. I was coming out of Amoeba Records, and this dude calls me. I'm like, who the hell is this? He's like, oh, this is Dave. I'm like, oh, this is Dave as well. He's like, oh, what are you up to? I'm like, oh, nothing. You know, like, you want to meet up? And I realized it was like one of the Craigslist guys.
I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm looking for a band. I need a guitar player, a bass player, and a drummer.
Turns out that we had just bought the same record that day, and that was like kind of the cheesy fate that it is when. And just the fact that I walked into his house, the first thing he offered me was he's like, dude, you want a Miller Lite? I'm like, okay. And I kind of knew that was that we immediately had some stuff in common. And within months, we'd written almost a dozen songs as the Dave, playing at Kibitz Room with acoustic guitars, rocking out.
Being a drummer or bass player in Los Angeles, you can find work pretty easily, but there's a lot of crappy bands that they want you to be a part of them.
There's a limited amount of drummers and like 1 million guitar players. And I just saw Jeff's post, and he was like, I don't give, you know, I could care less about your band. I don't want to hear about your sound, your influences. Like, you know, I have this thing I want to do. If you can think you can convince me otherwise, you can't.
God, I wish I can remember exactly what I put, but it was like, this is what I like, bam, bam, bam. If you don't like it, leave me alone. And I still got the idiots that replied back saying they're in a thrash metal band that want to go on tour.
He just seemed like the most stubborn son of a bitch, you know, on the planet on his ad. And I was thinking, like, you know, as opposed to like all the other drummers who are talking, I have all this experience, like, I have some studio time. This guy just seemed like, you know, like he just wanted to be in a rock band.
You know, I just was completely attracted to the, you know, genuine music, the honesty in the music, and it fit every little description I had of what I want to be part of.
Refresh my memory. Something, not something that I need.
April. Yeah. April 2005. We played at Kibitz Room. First show, the Whiskey Saints.
How
And it went really well. But our bass player, who actually named our band, turned out to be a lawyer, so that was the end of it.
So you remember the whole bass line?
yeah.
I'll pick it up.
There was a lot of negativity going around after Ian fell out. And Dave and I were just upset, and Jeff, we didn't talk to Jeff for months, and we were just completely destroyed. And Rob just comes in, he's like, you know, sits right down and starts playing, and all of a sudden, like, we're just revived.
It's just like watching the summer changes.
And I really do believe in the sound, and you know, you got to think that at some point, someone's going to hear you who's going to say, well, I need to get this. Someone else, one of my buddies needs to hear this, and just kind of climb that ladder of word of mouth. And maybe that's really naive.
Always tell myself that everything's okay. Sing the song and just chase my blues away.
The city of Los Angeles is a very lonely place. Having like a support group of like, you know, really good friends, and having like, you know, having them be your biggest fans, like your initial fan base when you're starting out, and like just being really supportive of what you're doing is a necessity.
You're going in the right direction when you start having people you've never seen before come out and see you. Yeah, it's a weird, tough hump to get over. Crossing the line between people that are your friends and supportive and people that are just honestly really just your fans of your music.